Fed Square, and you can see the tennis. So on the screen, they have like a big screen, Fed Square, and you can kind of grab like a lounge seat, but I don't know, I couldn't actually find one, so I'm just sitting on this, kind of concrete bit of grass, but it's okay. I can see the tennis, and I was thinking of like getting something to eat here, and I probably will. I don't know, maybe just a pizza or something, margarita pizza. But yeah, the tennis is on. Of course, Coca Golf is playing. I believe that's probably Djokovic playing tonight, I'm assuming. What time? I don't know. There's probably a women's match, and then Djokovic will come on after that. So I'll probably move on from Fed Square and probably watch that back in Harstel with the cinema. Yeah, and I was also going to head down to the casino because I want to check out the gaming machines because they have the probabilities at least in the state of Victoria. That they show the probabilities, the top 5 payouts and the bottom 5 payouts for in terms of the probabilities for the poker machines, which is not the case in New South Wales, and I don't think it's the case in South Australia either. It seems to be just a Victoria thing, and I want to do a little bit of analysis on poker machines. So I'm going to head down to the casino, and I may also play red and black on roulette. So yeah, I can't actually win anything, but I just want to try this strategy because I don't think anyone else has ever done this. And that's assuming I can get like a $5 table, which is actually probably quite unlikely. Although when I was in Auckland, at Auckland Casino, they did have $5 tables, but I didn't play the roulette. So yeah, so technically you're not actually gambling because you can't win. So, but the only way you can lose is if it comes up a single zero or if it's a double zero roulette, and the chance of that is 2.7%, I think. Yeah, 2.7%. On a single zero, or 5.4% on a double zero. So that's the only way you can lose by playing that particular strategy on roulette. So that's why I want to trial it. And you can argue, well, why not just play one line, a 1 cent poker machine, and then you're going to lose, $1.30. Well, technically, yes, you are gambling, and you're losing, I guess, less than the strategy of roulette, but there's no social interaction on a poker machine, so that's why I want to try the strategy roulette. Anyway, getting back to the tennis, yeah. So, who's playing? I think it's Ben Shelton. Yeah, I don't actually know who's playing, but yeah, I think it's Ben Shelton, the American dude, the up and coming American guy. I don't actually even know the scoreline. Ideally, yeah, I just need a screen where I just got everything. I got the scoreline, I got the players, I got the match statistics, I got my predictions, and that way I can just give analysis. But I just don't have that set up at the moment. But yeah, anyway, at least you can see the screen in the background. It's pretty awesome. But at least I got this streaming link, so I think that's a good thing, and anyone can watch this. Yeah, that is Ben Shelton, I think. Yeah. Anyway, I'll find out. The scoreline. Yeah. So it's pretty awesome, Fed Square. You can sort of see it. It's sort of in the background. It's like was built next to Flinders Street Station. The kind of infamous Flinders Street Station, and they put this Fed Square in. That was back in. I was in Melbourne at the time, so it was around about 2004 maybe. So it's been a while, but it's pretty good. It's got character, and I think it's not sort of like a tall building, like Barangaroo, Barangaroo Tower, But the development that they put in Sydney, which is of course the casino, and I don't know, it could be like $900 a night staying at Barangaroo Tower. And I don't even think it's attractive looking at the end of the day. Just the architect has just got no idea. I think putting tall buildings in general is just not a good idea. Whereas, Fed Square, I mean, it's great. Yeah, there's like a church in the background. In fact, there's a couple of churches. There's okay, so that was the game there. I still don't know the score line, but I don't know why they don't show the score line. Yeah. So tomorrow meeting up with a cousin, presumably tomorrow at St Kilda. I may go for the nightlife at around sort of Paran, South Yarra, and I may go for I was at Kew Boat Shed, but the kayaking and sort of do a kayaking along the river at the Studley Park Boathouse. So I might go there in the daytime. So that's sort of planned out for tomorrow. You can always find stuff in Melbourne. There's plenty here. Good place, Melbourne. That's why, of course, I studied here, did my PhD here. Pretty much covered Melbourne, covered a lot of Victoria pretty extensively. I guess the features, the Gold Rush, Ballarat, big feature worth going to. Phillip Island. Everyone goes to Phillip Island, just to see penguins coming out of the water, which is good, of course. And there's a lot, sort of in Phillip Island. Of course, there's French Island, which I'm planning to go to. That it's actually bigger than Phillip Island. It's just not very accessible, so no one actually goes there. And of course, the Ned Kelly. So you can do the whole Ned Kelly trail from Beechworth to where's that place where it was captured? I forget now. But anyway, I went there. Oh, Glenrowan, that's it, Glenrowan. And you can do a bit of they've got some sort of museum feature at Glenrowan. So you can do the whole trail. I haven't exactly covered the whole trail, but I've covered a lot of Glenrowan, a lot of the Ned Kelly trail, and even around, I don't know, so a few other places I remember going to along the sort of the coast of Victoria. So, but there's just a lot to see in Victoria. And of course, the Great Ocean Road, the infamous Great Ocean Road, 12 Apostles, Warrnambool, pretty much guaranteed a koala Warrnambool, Tower Hill, and then you sort of go into the Grampians, and you can even go to sort of South Australia. It's not that very far. Victoria itself is quite small, so you can cover, you can do a loop Victoria into South Australia, and then sort of via the Grampians back to Melbourne, and even sort of round the Bay in a day. Port Phillip Bay. You can go. There's a fantastic Werribee Zoo. Fantastic. You can do like a safari. Yeah, there's just a lot to see in Melbourne and Victoria. So it's worth spending a lot of time here. Yeah, and that's why a lot of tourists, particularly they come to the Australian Open. This is the busiest time of the year, Australian Open time. People just pack in just to see the tennis, which kind of makes sense. But they have the sporting. It is the culture. It is where all the sporting events, the major sporting events, are held. There's the Phillip Island Bikes. They have the Formula One Grand Prix. I know, of course, AFL Grand Final, a Boxing Day, a Test match. It's massive, and I've covered a lot of sporting events. And of course, they had the Com Games 2006, I think. Yeah, that was held in Melbourne. Went to that. I think, was there another Com Games held in Australia? I think was that I don't know, since 2006. I believe so. And of course, there is the Olympic Games 2032 in Brisbane. And of course, the Com Games was cancelled, which I think was in Brisbane. They just cancelled it. I mean, Couldn't get enough funding, so I was just cancelled football. It is only just Com Games at the end of the day. And you know, maybe just become a republic. You know, if you want freedom, wouldn't be like the US. You just become a republic. You know, maybe you don't actually need the Commonwealth anyway. just abolish the Commonwealth. I mean, yeah, do we really need it? Do they really do anything? You know, I don't know. But yeah, I don't know what channel I'm actually watching here on the tennis. Like, I don't understand it. Yeah. Yeah, like Channel 9, Paris 2024. I've got no idea what they're talking about. Oh, that might be the Olympic Games. Yeah, that could be the Olympic Games. Yeah, in Paris. Yeah, must be. Yeah. Because it was 2021, and because of COVID, I mean, it was just pretty crazy stuff. Yeah. Because of COVID, and that's how COVID, you know, like just determines when everything's run. so because of COVID, 2020, yeah, and then that was the same with Wimbledon, cancelled, and so they had the Olympic Games 2021, and then so that makes it 3 years, 2024 in Paris, and the Winter Olympics 2026 Milan, Italy, which I may actually go to, just the fact I've never seen an Olympic Games, and of course went to the Sydney Olympics 2000. I didn't watch any events. All I saw was I went to the athletics and I went to the volleyball and I saw the marathons. I saw Monteghetti running a marathon, but I don't know, you just couldn't get tickets at the end of the day. I mean, you know, it goes into a ballot and you just can't get tickets. So the Com Games was great. You can get tickets to everything, at least from that aspect. Okay. Yeah. I might just go and get something to eat now, actually. Catch you guys later. Cheers.